Yo, what's happening, guys? This is the Don. I'm back on the video for y'all, and in today's video, as y'all might be expecting, I have some Modern Warfare Early Access Open Beta gameplay to share with you guys. But I'm just gonna let that kind of roll in the background. I got a lot of that I want to get off my mind, get off my chest, whatever you want to call it, just about the game and about the channel and just about life in general right now. So I'm gonna get through like all my thoughts on the game for sure, but I'm just gonna, if you just came here to watch some of the gameplay in the background, I'll let that play out. I think the highest streak I went on was like 13 or something like that, 12 or 13. It was just really kind of a rough session in general. There's some problems I have with the game. I like a lot of the things that they did, but there's definitely a few things that I wish were a little bit different, and unfortunately I think that some of those things are pretty integral to like the foundation of the game. And I actually wrote a script. This is the first video that I've ever in the history wrote a script, and I'm definitely not going to stick to it, but I at least have some thoughts sort of outlined in like an order that I can kind of go through so that I can kind of keep on pace here and just not take up too much of your time and also get right to the point, you know what I'm saying, so you guys know exactly how I feel and I don't leave anything out. So basically, off like the rip, you know that when I'm comparing this game, like when I'm thinking about this game and critiquing this game, like I'm comparing it to 2019. Modern Warfare 2019, that's been my favorite Call of Duty for the past 3 years worth of Call of Duties. And the point of me saying all of this is that when I'm comparing this game, I'm comparing it to 2019. It has some tough competition, so I'm gonna have some fairly harsh criticism for it. And I think is I'm gonna be brutally honest. Like, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's great, it's great, it's great. People said it about Vanguard when it first came out. They're like, oh, it's great, it's great, it's great. And I was like, oh shit, am I the only one that doesn't like this game? And then give it literally 3 weeks into its life cycle and everyone hates it, and they hated it until the end of the game. Like, I don't know, and I kind of learned from that. If people end up loving this game, then I might learn from that too. I might be like, oh, I guess maybe that sometimes it does work out that they actually enjoy it to the end of the cycle. But it seems like every time a COD comes out, people are like, oh, it's great, I love this, they did so many good things, and then friggin' literally 2-3 weeks later, it's just dragged through the trash again. People hate it. There's just all this, they want to talk shit about it. And I don't know, for me, this game feels like, while it is better, I like it better than I ever liked Vanguard, I still feel like there's so much like to the core that's wrong with it that I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to just sit down and grind it out and get these nukes. But yeah, that being said, this is the beta. It's the early access of the open beta. It's only on PlayStation. 100%, I get that. There's a lot of tweaking left to be done. But in general, I was pretty underwhelmed with the game. Like, Activision and Infinity Ward were touting this COD as like the next generation of Call of Duty. I'm probably gonna find like the exact words they used, but that was basically the punchline itself for this game. It's like, welcome to the next gen. We're moving it into, we're elevating Call of Duty. We're moving it into this next realm of like game. And that sounds great. I'm sure the marketing team was like, awesome, let's use that. But you kind of have to back that shit up. You can't just say that. So for starters, the physical gameplay in terms of movement is just bad. I don't like how, and especially sliding. And this is the thing. I realize they want to get rid of slide canceling, and I'm actually not opposed to that. I'm kind of indifferent. I think, I mean, I like slide canceling. I think that if it was up to me, I would keep it in because it's just something that you can do with your hands. Like, you really can stay engaged with the game. Your characters, you feel really attached to the game and everything, instead of you're just like running around the map, kind of doing jump shots around corners. Like, I don't know. For me, slide canceling was a really fun aspect of the game just to be able to do. But if they want to get rid of it, fine. I don't care. Whatever. It's just, it is what it is. But the sliding mechanic is fucking horrible. Like, it doesn't work. Like, you slide and you slow down mid-slide. So if you want to slide around a corner to get away from gunfire, you should just run, because if you slide, you're going to go slower than if you were just running. And you can't even shoot while you slide. I don't know if you're going to be able to stim. I didn't actually end up trying to use a stim today, or if you even could. I don't know if it was unlocked. And once you slide, you have very little control of where you're going to end up because of the fact that you can't cancel the slide, right? So if you can't cancel the slide, you have to be able to like at least direct the slide a little bit better, I feel like. I mean, if you just like slide and you're going to end up where you end up and you don't even know exactly where that is, like, and you're going to slow down in the middle of it, there's just so many things wrong with the sliding mechanic that I just think they completely messed that up. So that is one of the things they probably could fix in the next few like weeks before the actual game is revealed. Recoil patterns of the guns, weird, definitely weird. Modern Warfare, they were so like recursive. You could expect the same thing from your gun. In a video game, at least, you kind of want your guns to perform similarly over time. The friggin' thing bounces around all over the screen. Like, it is completely uncontrollable in that way. Like, how are you going to control side-to-side recoil consistently if you can't predict, if it's not predictable? If it was predictable, if it was like, oh, I shoot my gun, it goes to the right every time, All right, well now we can predict and we can compensate for that. But if it's going bouncing back and forth constantly, we have no way of knowing. So it's just like it's creating a level of like just randomness, you know, to the game, like a little bit of luck basically. And I think that really hurts players who had really good accuracy in some of the past games. Like if you were able to really control your recoil because you knew your gun well, you were in tune with your weapons, you knew the attachments, you knew what they all did, and if you can learn to control your weapon because of the predictability of its recoil patterns, I think you should be rewarded for that. Personally, that's something that's helped me significantly, and like being able to just figure out recoil patterns and then just absolutely lacing people from far away. The one thing I will say about this though is that, and it's kind of related to this, is the TTK. I like the TTK. I don't see a huge problem with that. You can let me know what you think about that. By the way, let me know in the comments down below what y'all think of this game. Like, I gotta know. I want to know what other people are thinking about it. I realize that opinions change over time, but I want to know what you guys specifically think about it. Y'all are the people that I actually care about, right? Y'all are the people that I actually want to hear your opinions. I don't really give a shit about anybody else because I'm making videos for you. We work together in this community to get just to build this channel and have a good time together and I want to make the videos that you want to see. So I want to know what you guys are thinking about this new game that we're all thinking about playing. I mean, I loved hearing from you guys. You realize that, like, there's been a lot less comments on the channel lately than I used to get. Comment, like reach out to me. I respond to every single comment, guys. 100% rate of responding to comments, unless it's like some spam bot or something like that. But I'll comment, I'll respond to everything. So just let me know. You can completely disagree with me. You can say I love this game, I think everything I did is perfect, and I'd be like, let's talk about it. I would love that. So just reach out. Let me know. That just goes for everything that I say in the video. But we'll get back into it. The TTK to me though actually feels pretty solid. As I was saying, I really have no complaints about that. I think that a lot of times in the past few Call of Duties, they've had a really hard time kind of establishing a good TTK right from the get-go. But in terms of right now, like the TTK just seems to be not the major problem. The major problem is like the recoil patterns and the physical movement around the map. To me, is just really hard. I feel like I'm fighting the game constantly. The TTK is the one thing that I'm like, okay, if I shoot this guy this many times, he should die in this span of time, and it usually is exactly what happens, exactly the way it's supposed to happen. Hopefully that continues. They don't do anything to that. I think that should be left completely alone. They did a great job with that. Oh my god, I scrolled down and I saw this other thing. Absolutely despise the perks. Is anybody like this? Does anybody like this idea of the new perk system? Because I don't know what they were trying to fix. The perks were the perks. No one ever complained about how the perks worked. I mean, it was in mod. You know, one thing that was cool was in Black Ops 2, you could have like perk 1 greed, and you could have more than one perk. Like that was pretty cool. Earning perks over time. I can't tell. Is it time or is it score dependent? Either way, it doesn't matter. I don't even know exactly what it is. I haven't looked into it enough. I probably should look up what that is. But like, you get your next perks later on in the match. You can't get Ghost until like a certain point in the match. That basically means, what is the point of even trying to streak? Someone's just gonna call UAV in, and this happened to me so many times. As I would go just get like a 5-kill streak, someone would call in a UAV, and then 3 people, I would turn the corner, 3 people are looking at me. But it's just because it's early in the match and I don't have Ghost. I want Ghost, it's just not available to use yet. It's outrageous. I don't understand why they did that. I think that is another thing they could change right now. That could get completely removed. That's definitely something they should change. 100%. Just 3 perks. That's it. Just leave it there. And everyone's happy. No one's going to be upset about that. And then finally, I don't really care about the aesthetics of the game as much. But if you're going to tout the game as like the next generation of Call of Duty, I would kind of assume the graphics are going to be way better. Like the guns, in terms of visuals and also sound, they sound and look and feel worse than they did in Modern Warfare 19, to me at least. I get that it seems like they wanted a little more color in this game, which is fine. That's cool. I don't have any problem with that. But they did, like, the guns just don't seem as realistic, and maybe there's like a whole like graphics pack that's going to come with the main game and they didn't want to bother with it in the beta. Maybe that's the case. But there was just so much thought and effort that went into creating realistic and like looking, feeling, sounding weapons in Modern Warfare 19. I was watching all these videos about like how they did all the testing for that. They brought in like so many weapons and arms experts to talk about with these guns and just try to really render out a great looking game in terms of like the physical gun. And I get it. There's a lot of brown, beige, dark colors in Modern Warfare 19 that people didn't like. and they'd rather have it be a little more colorful, and that's fine. But does that mean you have to completely change the physical look of every gun? Like now I just feel like they look like little toys, like little toy guns, and they sound not as good either. The sound quality is definitely worse in terms of like what the bullets just don't sound as realistic to me. And like I said, I don't really particularly care about the aesthetics of the map exactly, but if you're gonna tout the game as like the next generation of Call of Duty, well, I feel like we're running on like Black Ops 1 graphics right now. Like, I don't know, it just, maybe I'm just spoiled because we've been playing so much in Modern Warfare 19. The graphics are so fucking amazing, but like that was 3 years ago. I feel like they would just be able to really revamp that a little bit. I don't know, it's the same developer. I just really don't know what is going on with that. So now that I'm done completely shitting on this game, meanwhile, it seems like people really like it so far. Like, I think, like I said, I don't know, this seems like it happens every single time. People seem like they just really love the new Call of Duty and stuff like that. I don't feel that way about this one. I'm gonna have to go against the sea of positivity about this game. Maybe it's just people are really hopeful or something, and I'm also hopeful. I'm not saying this game is dead or done. Like, I'm not gonna play it at all because of what I saw in the open early access beta. Like, I'm not unrealistic like that. But I do have to say, these are some big problems that I see, and so I just don't know how quickly they're going to be able to change them, if they're ever going to bother changing them, or if they're just, if I'm just alone here and like I don't fit with the rest of people's actual opinions on this, and maybe I just suck at this version of Call of Duty. I don't know. It's possible that I'm just gonna have to learn to live with these things, like the recoil pattern and the movement and everything. Like I said, it's so early. It's only been 1 day playing it. It's a few hours of playing it. By no means am I saying this game is terrible, because right now getting nukes is already a grind. I don't reverse boost. I have to do it all like just sort of organically, which means I have to get a solid lobby, because you're not gonna nuke a bunch of sweats. The only thing that's been saving me from completely losing my mind is the fact that I absolutely love 2019. It's just such a good game. It makes me so happy to play. I think so highly of it. I think they do such an amazing job with it. That's kind of the thing that just makes me irked a little bit with these new games, is I guess I'm just spoiled as we all are. We all have this great, beautiful game that we've been playing for so long. I hope that the changes that they do make, I'm sure they're going to make plenty of changes to this game before it gets released. The changes they do make, and the fact that I get a normal setup with a normal everything, will make it a little bit more enjoyable. But the point is, this might be a good thing, because I've actually been looking to get and branch off the channel a little bit and really sort of migrate to a new kind of niche. I really want to get you guys more involved in the channel. There's been such a slow, like a slowing of growth, and like not a ton of like comments and everything, and like I know you guys watch, I see the views, so like I want to get you guys more involved in the channel. I don't want it to just be videos of me playing video games, like and just I upload them and you watch them, and there's just sort of symbiotic little passive relationship. Like, I want to do this for a job personally, and I want you guys to be a part of that. I've gotten to know so many of you, and it's been such a great thing, and it's just I love doing this so much, and I want to do it for a job, and I want to make enough money to basically be able to make videos every day, and to stream every day, and to be in here and do this every day. Like, this is like what I'm so passionate about, is making these videos and playing games and sharing them, but also just making the videos in general, and really just being part of this group, this community. I have so much fun interacting with you guys, so I want to get you more involved, and I want to share like my interests, and I want to see what else you guys are interested in that you might, you know, want to talk about or share about, like on, you know, in any way really. Like, I've been into PC building. I was gonna make a video on this PC build before it went like horribly wrong, but it was my first one ever, so whatever. But the finished product is actually done, and I'll probably put a picture of it right here, and it looks amazing, and I really love doing that. And I think that that's like a really cool thing, and I'm sure some of you guys are interested in that. I mean, we're a bunch of fucking gamers that are on a YouTube channel together. There's definitely some of you out there that are interested in PC building, or like setup tours. Like, look at this freaking room, guys. I got a whole video to show you guys about this room. We got merch on the walls. We got a whole ass sign right here. Like, this is just a badass setup right here. I've been super into building setups and stuff. I built one for Eliza. I built basically 2 in this one room. Like, this is just, it's awesome. I want to make a video about that. The point is, I want to make videos about a lot of different stuff, and I want to get you guys more involved, and I really don't care at the end of the day what the videos are about, as long as you guys are involved and we're having a good time together and everything like that. Like, I want this channel to be more than just a video game channel, you know what I'm saying? And I realize that's probably going to take a while, and there's just a lot going on and stuff, but I you know, just let me know, give me some feedback. Like, I respond to every comment. I want to hear from you guys, like I said earlier. It would mean a lot to me if you guys just reach out and basically say how you feel, say anything you want to see a video about, anything like that. Because I just don't know how long I'm going to be able to sit here and just grind out Modern Warfare 2022 if it's not going to be a good game. I could play Modern Warfare 19 until the day I die, but obviously we're not going to have interest in that forever. We got to do something feasible, practical, so the channel will actually grow, so I can make it in something that I can do every day. So with that in mind, I think I'm just going to keep uploading 2019 until 2022 is released fully. Like I obviously am uploading this. If you guys really want to see more beta, like I said, I want to listen to you guys. So if you really do want to see more beta content, I can definitely do that. I don't hate it that much. It's not that, like I said, I don't hate this game. I like it much more than I ever liked Vanguard. I think they did some really cool things with the gunsmith. I think they did really some great maps. I think it could be a great game is the main point. For right now, the beta with only 3 or 4 maps and like 2 or 3 guns that anybody actually uses, I'm not gonna be able to sit here and grind that out for hours on end. I'm gonna want to play Modern Warfare 19 while it still has lobbies. Like, are you kidding me? We got a full operational game. It's a beautiful game, my favorite game of all time. Am I not gonna play that for the last little bit of its life cycle? No, I'm gonna grind that out. And I've got a ton of good nukes to show you guys, and we're just gonna fire them up. I've got a montage coming out that's absolutely epic. I'm really liking the way it's coming together. That's coming out in a few days. I'm gonna try to get this setup tour up for you guys so that I can stop just showing it in the background. You guys can actually see what the hell's going on here. So yeah, I do hope you guys enjoy those videos. I hope you guys had a good, really enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I had to ramble so long. I really just wanted to say some of this stuff to you guys. I really look forward to hearing what you guys think about the game. Really look forward to hearing anything you guys want to talk about, anything at all. What your thoughts on Call of Duty and just anything like that. How the channel's doing, where the channel's going. Definitely reach out to me. Like I said, respond to every single comment. So as always, hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. I appreciate y'all so much for all the support that has been going on. This is an absolute dream of mine, so I just really appreciate you guys for everything that has been happening lately. I just really hope everything works out. My biggest fear, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, my biggest fear is that, like, for some reason I was only ever able to like get good at 2019 and then no one's gonna want to watch the channel anymore. That's my biggest fear, like, in my life right now, is that basically the channel becomes unsuccessful because, like, I'm not able to perform the game at a high enough level that people expect it of, and that sucks. Like, that's a legitimate fear of mine. So, that's why I'm trying to go to all these different alleyways to create a different channel that doesn't depend so much on just the game that we're actually playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'll play Warzone. I'll do whatever it is that you guys want to see. I'm just not gonna guarantee that I'm gonna be like some pro cracked out player. I don't play the game enough for that. I really don't. I work so much more than I play. I go to school so much more than I play. Like, this is really just something that I love to do, and I love to share with you guys. And so basically, I really want the channel to not be based on performance. That would be, if that's what's really happening here, then that sucks, and I'm gonna do everything I can to sort of make sure that that's not the way it ends up being. But I love each and every one of you guys who've been supporting me along the way, whether it's just to watch people get absolutely shit on in Modern Warfare 2019, or if it's because of any other reason you guys like hanging out and just watching me play or whatever it is. I love you guys. But honestly, that's really everything that I have to say. I went right through the script, barely read any of it, but at least it kept me on track a little bit, so this didn't become like an hour-long rambling session. I'll catch you guys in the next video, which will probably be the montage. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if I can get my life together. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy that one. So anyways, I'll see you in that video. For now, I'm out of here, man.